Hi, welcome back to the channel. Now, there's been some polling that suggests that more Britons now see that immigration is a burden on the NHS rather than a benefit. A survey of 5,000 people found 49% believe immigration harms the health service, compared with just 22% who see it as beneficial. The argument is that while some immigration helps the people who work in the health service, the vast proportion of immigration is people who are then treated by the health service at great cost to us. They are, of course, correct. Now, the findings contrast with data showing the NHS relies heavily on overseas workers, and it shouldn't. And I'll tell you why in a moment. With around 1 in 5 staff in England holding non-British nationality, including large numbers of doctors and nurses. Now, scepticism was strongest amongst the Reform and Conservative voters, obviously, while Labour supporters were more divided. Critics argue high immigration has strained services and call for more training of UK-born medical staff, while the government says the NHS benefits from international workers, but it does aim to reduce reliance on overseas recruitment and train more domestic staff. My view is this: we have got lots of people in this country who want to be doctors, but because of an artificial limit on those who can be trained, we are then reliant on bringing doctors in from abroad because we're not allowed, for some reason, to train enough doctors. Get rid of that limit. Anyone who wants to be a doctor should become a doctor and should have the right to become a doctor. Let's not impose a 1,250 limit on doctors. Let's make it 10,000 limit, 100,000 limit. It doesn't matter. My other argument is this. Well, there's two arguments, actually. The first of the two other arguments is this. I want health service people who are of my culture and my heritage, simply because sometimes you have embarrassing problems, don't you? And you feel far more comfortable speaking to someone who understands you from a cultural and historical viewpoint rather than someone who doesn't. And I think that's especially true for women. And the other argument, of course, is one that's morals. While we keep stealing these medical people, doctors and nurses from foreign countries, presumably poorer countries, those countries are lacking medical personnel. That kind of is a bit immoral, isn't it? That we're looking after ourselves by stealing their personnel rather than training up our own. Why can't we train up our own? Does it cost a bit? Yeah. But how many lives does it cost by stealing doctors and nurses from poor countries? There is a moral price to pay, I think. But let me know what you think. And in doing so, do please hit subscribe. Massively helps the channel. We need to get it. I want to get up to about 15,000 very quickly. We're not far off it, so click the button and we'll get there. Because, well, we need the channel to grow because the other channel is just getting shoveled by YouTube. So let's help this one grow. Thanks very much. Goodbye.